Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Spirit Breakfast again today, and we are still doing our 222s. It's the 2nd of February, and today we are in Joshua 2:22. So I'm going to read from Joshua 2:22, and it says, "They departed and went to the mountain, and they stayed there 3 days until the pursuers returned. The pursuers sought them all along the way, but did not find them." So what we have in Joshua 2:22 is that if you know the story of the children of Israel, they had crossed the Jordan River at this point. So Joshua had helped them cross the Jordan River at this point. They are on their way to Canaan, the land of milk and honey. They are going to their promised land, right? To the promise. And now they've crossed the Jordan River. And then what happens is Joshua sends two spies to spy out the land and to see what's happening there. So the two spies go. And then what happens is as they go, the king of Jericho hears that there's been spies that have been sent to spy out the land. So he sends pursuers to go and look for these two men. But what happens is these two men end up being hidden in a prostitute's house, and this prostitute is called Rahab. And Rahab is actually in the lineage of Jesus. We learn that Rahab ended up being the mother of Boaz, because she was married to Salmon, and then from Boaz we have Obed, and then from Obed we had Jesse, and then from Jesse we have King David, and we all know King David is in the lineage of Jesus, right? So we actually come to know that there's a prostitute in the lineage of Jesus Christ, which is amazing because that's the whole gospel of grace. It talks about everybody being welcome into the family of God. That's how it works. So anyway, so what happens with this story is that now you've got these two men, they're being pursued by the king of Jericho. So Rahab gets them, puts them in a house. The king hears that, they've been taken into a house. So they come to a house, they ask her, where are these men? She's hidden them in her roof. And then she says, yeah, they did come here, but they've left. And then what happens after that is when the pursuers have left her house, because she says to them, keep going, looking for them, they've gone that way. And as they go looking, trying to follow where she's given them direction to look for these two spies who have been sent by Joshua, she goes up to talk to these men, and she tells them that, for now I have deterred them. So you too can now go back. You need to go and hide in the mountains so that for 3 days, so that these pursuers stop chasing you. So what happens there is that she actually ends up telling these spies that, you know what, the reason why the king is pursuing you so much is ever since they heard about the children of Israel, the land, they were so afraid because they heard that God had parted the Red Sea for them when they were coming out of Egypt. And then they heard that God had parted the Jordan River as well for them just before they were getting to this point. So all the people who were inhabiting the promised land, Canaan, they were shivering, faint-hearted, scared of the Israelites. And yet if you also read back, you realize that the Israelites themselves were scared of taking over their land. So you find it so funny that sometimes in life we are so afraid of doing something where God is telling us, keep going, keep doing that thing, keep going in that direction. I've already blessed you. I've already made a way for you. But because we can't see the way, we get so afraid. But we don't realize that the enemy is looking at us and is so afraid that we are going to actually win. He's so afraid that we're actually going to make it. So this is what you have in this plot. You have the children of Israel on the one hand, who are so nervous and scared to occupy their own land. But you've got the people who are inhabiting their land who are so scared of them because they've heard about the size of their God. They've heard about the capabilities of their God. They've heard about this. And you know what? The same God who's parted the Red Sea and who's parted the Jordan River is the same God who's fighting for me and for you every single day. And the power that was available for the children of Israel at that time is the same power that's available for us today, right? So what the story is teaching us is that, when sometimes we're scared of doing things where God is saying, take courage, I've already made a way, we don't realize that the things that we're scared of are most likely also scared of us. those things are actually afraid of us. They're thinking, oh my gosh, when she turns up, she's going to turn the table. She's going to turn up with table turning Jesus here, and we're all going to be in trouble. But then we are scared. We think like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do that. But then the people are looking at you and they're thinking, who, that girl? I heard that she's got God in her life. I don't know. I think we should just, clear the way, let it pass through, So like that, just this scripture, this story just reminds us to take courage. But anyway, we said we're doing the 222. So this verse which says, they departed and went to the mountain and stayed there 3 days until the pursuers returned. The pursuers sought them all along the way, but they did not find them. What this is telling us is that this February month, this is a reminder for you that when you're walking with God, He will hide you from your enemies. He will literally hide you. He always has solutions and ways to protect us. In this instance, in Joshua 2:22, we learn that God had already prepared an escape route for these two men. Go and hide in the mountain for 3 days, and your enemies will not find you there. This is the type of life that we have on offer in God. He protects us from things. So today, just remember that whatever is trying to threaten you, whatever is trying to scare you, whatever is trying to act like it's bigger than you, it's all a lie. It's actually scared of you. It's scared of you. Do you know what that thing is waiting for? It's waiting for you to wake up and realize the power that your Father has. Because once you realize that, you realize just how powerful you are. And then that thing will be so scared of you because you've realized the power that's in you. So remember that your Father can actually create escape routes for you, hide you in the mountain for 3 days. Your enemies have no power over you. Any types of spirits, whether it's mental health problems, financial problems, any type of issues, they have no power over you. Your Father has got different methods of protecting you. And today, what's on offer today is that He can even make escape routes for you, like hiding you in the mountain away from your enemies. They will look for you and they will not be able to find you because your Father will always protect you. So I hope that blesses you today. Be protected. Psalms 91 be your portion today. Be blessed. Goodbye.